Hey everybody, what's up? This is Squeezy's World. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. A lot of things I talk on this channel are what interests me, and at some point, I hope they interest you. And that's just the way we do things around here. And one thing I do want to start off with, and I'm going to try and start off with every time I do a video from now on, is just have a little bit of a Bible reading, short, very short, uh, but it's something that's important. So I mean, it's good to do that. And this was like forgiveness of sin. Okay, and yeah, I am taking it from a card. Uh, it says if we confess our sins, He is faithful and righteous to forgive our sins, and then to cleanse us from unrighteousness. That's 1 John 1:9. Something to think about. All right, now look, it's kind of funny. I think it's all a ruse with Trump and Musk. I think that's a major distraction for what may be coming, something they know about. They're trying to get like a rift between them. For what reason, we don't know. One thing maybe is, how Musk had all his companies and stock, his stocks tanked, his cars messed up, his dealerships messed up for his cars. SpaceX really has been doing a learning experience while all their stuff blows up when on landing. So there's a major distraction. Now, I believe Elon did a little bit of separation from Trump because he wants to have his companies and vehicles and stuff not messed with no more. And I think that's true. And in order to do that, they have to have a big blowout and big getaway. It's going to get worse. Trump's going to call him a bunch of names, and Elon's going to call Trump a bunch of names, and they're going to go Looney Tunes. But it's, in my opinion, it's just a big rouge. It's a distraction to what is probably coming. Take your mind off of what's maybe going to happen, and worry about these two button heads. Just saying, it's my thought. I just don't think that those two are in deep doo-doo with each other. I really don't. If they've had troubles long way, everybody has disagreements on what stuff to do, legislation to pass and whatnot. But Trump would have never given him a golden key to the White House. He wouldn't. If there was that kind of a riff, and even though they were kind of make nice and part separate ways at that day when he's at the White House, he'd have never gave him a golden key. He wouldn't. And he did. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, overnight, it's Katie by the door, button heads, complete separation, calling each other names, this and that. Oh, well, world's coming to an end stuff. I tell you, if the world's going to come to an end tomorrow, we wouldn't know it anyways. Probably not. The world's not going to come to an end tomorrow. Look in the sky. Look up at the sky, wherever you are. Look at your window. Go outside. Is the sky falling? No, the sky is not falling. If you listen to a lot of content creators out there, they say the sky's falling. It's not, but there could be something really big in the wind. It's possible that we could have maybe a biological attack on the 4th of July, but don't take stake in anything when somebody says it's going to happen on a specific date, because it never does. This is going to happen on July the 4th. This is going to happen on November the 2nd. Not going to happen. It just don't. Things like that don't work that way. Keep that in mind. Don't get hysterical over something. Don't get worried or flushed over to nothing. Just keep your head on your shoulders. Watch the news. Watch a couple of different news. Don't get your news from the same source all the time. But I watch Newsmax and One American News, and I watch Fox. Once in a while, I browse over to MSNBC and see how hatred they've got going on there, and CNN, how much hatred they got on over there. My opinion, and then I don't stay there long because why do I want to be depressed like they're all depressed? Democrats are the most depressed people I know. They just are. They're news networks who put out their propaganda. They're just as depressed as everybody else. They're full of hatred. So just word of the wise, check them out, get a few minutes of each one, and then watch your, if you're conservative, watch a conservative news network. Just saying, One American News is good. Newsmax is okay. Fox is okay, although Fox can be a little weird sometimes, but Fox is generally okay. I kind of like Greg Gutfeld. Just saying. I think his show is great. Look, be prepared is all I can tell you. It's our jobs as preps to be prepared for as much as we can be prepared for, because you can't prepare for every little thing. You can't have every contingency plan for everything. It's impossible. You just can't do it. So you do what you can. You prepare for the best, and that's just how you do it. Make sure you have your long-term storable food as much as you can get, as much as you can afford. Make sure you have non-perishable food. Make sure you have that as much as you can get. Water source and water. Water is a hard thing to store because it takes so much. It's heavy and it takes so much space. But you should take a supply and get as much as you can, and have the ability to find water, get water, and purify it. That's the best thing to do. Once you got that, you're scared away. So look, just hang in there. I'm a firm believer in prophecy. I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ as Lord, and what's going to happen will happen. And we're in the end times, but we're not at the end of time, not yet. So the sky's not going to fall, yet. The best of my knowledge, it hasn't fallen yet. So I'm just saying. But just be smart. Like I said, be smart. Know what's going on around you. Keep an eye on the cities and streets and wherever you live. If you're out in the country, keep an eye on what's going on out there. Everybody's got a little town or village or something like that. Know what's going on there. That's what you do. So, all right then. Hey, look, I hope everybody has had a great day. I hope everybody is planning on having a great weekend. I'll probably see you back again this weekend. It's nothing but love for you. I really mean it. Look, what's going to happen is going to happen. The best you can do is be prepared for pretty much whatever you can be. You know what I'm saying? If the sky is going to fall, there's nothing you and I can do about the sky actually falling. If you know what I'm saying? If it falls. So we've got so much other to worry about with nuclear war and disease and craziness and both sides of the parties, being Looney Tunes, coming together is not going to happen between liberal and conservative. It's never going to happen again. America is never going to be like it was back in the 50s or 60s. It's not. It's just not going to be. We're not going to get there. So we can do what we can to make this better. We can separate ourselves from the Looney Tunes and prepare. So all I can say is prepare. All right. Okay. Hey, look, it's nothing but love for you guys. I truly mean it. Be good. Be safe. Hit me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And until next time, we'll take you later.